Just to kind of give you a little bit of an update where we are, this is a big week here, this weekend, early next week. We've got the bid opening for middle school tomorrow, and we got a bid opening for Rossman next week. So we've got a lot of things going on. At the end of this week, beginning of next week, we're going to be putting out the first bid group, which is foundation and structure and civil site work for Roosevelt, and then at the end of this month we'll put out the first bid group, which is the same group of packages for the high school. So we've got a lot of things going on. Two of the projects are currently down at the state for review. We've got the middle school project that went in first, and then Rossman, that are both down at the state for review. Right now they're running about 39 days from receipt of drawings until they open them, and about 2 weeks to do the review. So that's when we talked about 4 to 6 weeks before, that's 6 weeks to get to the point where they're doing the review, and then 6 to 7 weeks, and then a couple weeks after that. So it's 6 to 9 weeks is what we're looking at for turnaround. So 3 months to turn around review, which is, in my opinion, is too long. And if that's the way that I think that whole different discussion, but the state needs to get more people. If we have to wait 3.5 months, to get a code review turned around, then they need more people at the state. So anyway, that's my editorial for we've got a lot of work that's been done to get to this point. There's still a lot of work left to do over the next month and a half here to wrap up all the drawings, but we're really comfortable with where we're at, and I'm excited to see where the bids are going to come in tomorrow. I think we're going to have hopefully a good result. We had a bid opening in Fargo for the new operations center for Moorhead Public Schools in Moorhead last week on Thursday, and that project came in significantly under budget. So not a little under budget, but a significant amount under budget, enough to help fund some other things that the district's looking at doing. So I'm hoping that we're going to get the same kind of interest here. I think we are. We had a great pre-bid walkthrough at the middle school last week. Had a lot of people that showed up. I think there were probably some in the neighborhood of 30, 35 people that showed up, representing different contractors from the full spectrum. And then on Friday, we had another walkthrough for Rossman, and we had a great number of people that showed up there too. I wasn't able to be at that one, but so I think there's a lot of interest in the projects from both local companies and regional companies. So excited about that. We have several other things going on this week. Tomorrow morning, we've got a group of science teachers from the high school that are coming to Fargo to tour Davies High School to take a look at the science rooms and the way that they're configured at Davies. They're really interested in that because it's a similar kind of a configuration to what we're talking about here. And the people at Davies, the principal there, Troy Cody has put together a document that he's going to share with the science teachers here that kind of talks about some lessons learned and things like that from their science room. So I'm really excited to have that conversation. He's made all of his people available for a couple hours in the morning. It's going to be a really good tour, so we're excited about that. Tomorrow afternoon, before the 2 o'clock bid opening, we're going to have Woody Flatten, our food service consultant in town here, to take a look at some things at the kitchen in the high school here, and so we're going to have some discussions with him about some of the reconfiguration that's been discussed and equipment needs. And then on Wednesday, we have a tour of Perham scheduled with Rob and activities and a few other folks that are going to go down there to take a look at primarily their gym, but some of the specific things that they have in their gym, like how they have their gym set up for gymnastics. And obviously at Perham they also have a really active gymnastics program. So we want to take a look at how they configure that space for a gymnastics meet, maybe get some feedback from them, some lessons learned, and maybe make what we're proposing even better as we move things forward. So I've got about 8 or 9 images here. Some of them are the same, but they're presented in different ways. So just so you can see sort of what's being proposed. 9th grade center's in the front here. Obviously, this is the the collaborative area that's in between the existing school and the 9th grade center. This is the area above the learning stairs in the 9th grade center, bringing some natural light from over the top there. And you can see the proposed kind of reconfiguration of the site there. This is a high angle view of the gym addition, and the entry being right here in the canopy. We're going to be working with a landscape architect that's going to help us with doing some planting specifications and things for the areas out in front, and also talking about some concrete patterning and things that are going to be out there. This is going to be this is a fairly late in the afternoon shot. Obviously, some long shadow angles on there, low sun angle, and the sun is hitting the west facing side of the school. You can see at the top there where the Detroit Lakes High School sign will be. We talked about possibly incorporating some graphics on the south facing side so that when you're at the football field you can see the logo on the south elevation as well. This is that same one done with a little bit more of a sketchy kind of a look here. And then this one, we like to call this one the Mr. Rogers neighborhood approach here. Kind of looks like Mr. Rogers neighborhood where it kind of fuzzes out of the corners. This is down low on the same view here, and so this is the approach as you basically are driving down Roosevelt, and we'll be looking back towards the school. I think this would be a good kind of single image, you know, for having something on the front page of the paper. So you can sure have it if you'd like it. Yeah. That's the same one, kind of in the sketchy image. You know, and some of these are, you know, when you're putting them on your website and stuff, you might want to use them in different ways, maybe as a background to something. So, and there will certainly be more to come. This is looking back towards the north and kind of across the parking lot, over the top of the parking lot. So those are the images that we have right now. We have more that we're working on. We're working on a similar set of images for Rossman, so we'll have those here shortly, hopefully by the end of the week. And the Rossman model is obviously done because we have bid documents out, so the model is done. It's just a matter of cleaning it up and adding the people in the cars and the flagpoles and lights and things like that.